these two things, working
Unstoppable
here.
force and movable object.
Exactly. G2, has not been reverse swept, but T1 never really gets 3-0'd, so those are two sides there.
I mean, so here's the thing. T1 could win this game and then G2 win. I talked about the possibility of a 3-camp into longsword. He's actually staying around a little bit longer here. Owner, as Broken Blade goes in, doesn't connect. Owner here with that level 3. Broken Blade looking for the Mortal Steel. Has to try and dash away, but still, even with the wallet falling short, Broken Blade has no way out. First blood, Owner.
Nice.
Get the root.
It is always a weird spot when you have 600 gold, which I'm assuming that's what he based with, because he goes coal refillable, right? Oh, pays.
Skewmon in with the Ishtal's impact. They'll catch Alpeo's handshake back as well, but Pays able to survive. Burns the barrier with a flash! But Hun Summer burns it down and flashes away from the Gleaming Quill. All summoners lost. The next minion, and Doran expecting that, didn't want to get caught out.
Well, Doran got his E interrupted, and he could go for Q flash.
Broken Blade flashes in. A last breath for Doran, begins to dash away, but he has no flash left. The Steel Tempest needs to connect, and Broken Blade.
600 gold up after you got a 3-camp gank from your jungler. That is a disaster class from Doran, and G2 up 1k early.
Faker here as well. Jumping in as they look for Lebrov, and Lebrov will fall. Skewmon trying to contest with only his support. The Blade Caller there for the root. Skewmon needs the Ishtal's impact to get away and will manage to. After the HLE loss that was so disappointing for all of EU. To show up like this, to have 3 games where he has been dominant. As we see the handshake coming back, grand entrance there as well. Feather Storm, Hans Summer has a bailout on him. Chain of Corruption down, Hans Summer will come back to life with the barrier. Pays, flashes away and survives, almost dies. LeBron flashes for him, but the auto can't get in range because he's not able to see him. Great play from the T1 bot lane to get out of that alive.
Yeah, and T1 bot lane, they needed some momentum. They needed some life in this series here, and they show up big time when they need it most. Hans, did his flash come up after he died? Was it that tight? I really want to see that back. And maybe the observers could track that.
Blade Caller, well played. Pays walked around outside of vision. Lebrov trying to hold the way for his AD carry, but it costs him dearly.
Yeah, and Hans not going to be able to get in and get anything. Faker looking.
I think he's just distracting Caps as Owner was
doing. Even with the ward, it was a little bit too little too late. And now Pays very close to having his first item.
Chase onto Carrier, impelled to pull him back. Owner's on the way across, and with a battle chance, the Chain of Corruption will land, but Owner is here now, and T1 will try and turn the play around. Pays so low, flash from Skewmon gets him, a grand entrance onto Hans Summer, but the turnaround has turned into a hostile takeover by G2. They'll find 2 on them,
but instead they just go immediately, and now G2 overloading topside. 4 members top. Doran cannot play.
Caught out by the Steel Tempest. Last breath coming out from Broken Blade as well as he forces Doran away. 2 plates still remain, almost 1 on this top lane tower. 11 minutes in, G2 with 4 members strong. Owner going forward. Great handshake from Lebrov. He'll tank the tower instead. Doran has the mega quickness from the side. Chain of Corruption coming out from Summer, but he's caught with the wall. Ishtal's impact from Skewmon into the double impale! G2 always have their teammates back. Faker forced down towards the bottom side. Skewmon looking for the chase. Doran jumps the wall, but Caps is here, and he sends Doran into the afterlife. T1 try to defend, G2 turn it on its head.
Skewmon trying to burst him down. Can he finish off Faker? He has a Kingslayer.
He gets a 1-for-1. Carrier does not do the same. Caps secures that TP. Doran does. So if Caps wants to make it a 4v4 around this Drake, he needs to chase Doran out as they look for the engage on Broken Blade. The quickness lands the charm, good wind wall, but BB can't survive through them. T1 find a great pick around the Drake, and because of that, G2 unlikely to take the fight. A handshake, okay, good deal. You can have that one. You took our top laner.
Yeah, they're going to look to try to get a couple plates here. Skewmon and Lebrov not looking for a fight, just looking to keep them away from these minions here mid, as Pays and Carrier try to make their way back over to defend this tower. And that was a bit of a risky position that Broken Blade was in. He did have the flash, he had the wind wall, so he felt he was going to be in a decent spot to find that
Broken Blade trying to defend this tier 1 on the bottom side, but we talk about the dashes, and Broken Blade might need to find a way out of this one. Last breath used by Faker, the sweeping blade from Broken Blade. He doesn't have the shield, and Pays will take his life.
They do the Yasuo combo to the Yasuo. They got the Lee Sin to set it up for that stolen last breath. Caps, Lebrov, and Skewmon all coming in, but Faker is still behind them. They don't know!
They flash in, they look for the engage. The hostile takeover lands, but only onto Faker, and Owner Pays, not auto-attacking his teammates. In the end, T1 able to defend for now. Pays with a good blade caller. A TP behind. Skewmon now on the back foot. Ishtal's impact interrupted. The weirding from Caps doesn't find its mark. And Doran's here to join the party. Skewmon with the Impale only lands it onto one. And Faker very happily will be pulled into his grasp. T1 with great reactions on the bot lane fight.
It's been about Pays and Carrier for so much of this year for T1, and when they need them most, they are stepping up. Difficult to escape from those situations, and now Doran going to be able to get back in this off that tower. One combo and you are gone, or at least you're put so low that you're out of the fight. We can see G2 just trying to force this.
T1 looking for the contest. Faker hasn't hijacked an ultimate as of yet. Sonic Wave hits onto Skewmon. Smite comes out. G2 get the Herald. T1 unable to find purchase in a way they want.
And he has just been a monster in the team fights.
Skew looking for Faker. Has the flash, has the rocket belt. Ishtar's impact comes in. Faker dashes away, uses the flash, uses the rocket belt, but Broken Blade's there for the chase. And with the Impale, there's no escape for Faker. BB with his third of the game.
Nicely done there by Broken.
On that Xayah. TP towards the mid lane here by Caps. Broken Blade waiting in the darkness towards the top side. He's pushed that wave into Doran, but he doesn't want to show too easily. Doran's just gone Mega Gnar. The Drake down to 5,000. It's T1 who are sitting on it right now. Broken Blade trying to chase Doran through that topside jungle. Caps goes in across the Veil. Carrier just short of getting clipped by that handshake. Double TPs come out as Doran is matched by Broken Blade. Infernals, Drake secured for G2. Ishtar's impact coming for the follow-up. There's the Featherstorm. Pays charged into by the Rift Tower, but a great charm on the backline. Carrier finds all four of them. Pays takes out Skewmon. Between worlds we go, and to the afterlife go T1. On Summer on the chase. Doran trying to escape, but I think the G2 have got him. Broken Blade slices him in twain as T1 only Faker and Carrier remain.
The Battle Herald did so much work for G2 in that fight. They go in, they got the early Featherstorm off of Pays, and that Chains of Corruption from Hansama chained to 4 members.
A little bit too far. Skewmon finds him. Faker found and locked against the wall, and Faker in this bot lane is destined to fall. Caps secures it, a killing spree for the Aurora. Mid lane pushed in, it looks like bot lane's going to be 2. Doran allowed by Broken Blade to take this top lane tower because Carrier was nearby.
And just like that, we're back above where the gold lead was before. It is now 2.3k here, 2.4k briefly.
Faker spots him with the Scryer's Bloom. A 2-level advantage at the moment for Broken Blade, but it's going to be a 4-man advantage for T1 when the rest of their team reacts. Wind wall down, Carrier here, a grand entrance, and a swift exit for Broken Blade. The last breath, the last he breathes. T1 with great reactions.
Yeah, great reaction.
Hostile takeover between worlds combo there would have been pretty deadly as Ono is showing here on a ward.
I think he's trying to maybe look for a side lane play, but he doesn't know he's been spotted. The bot lane from T1 is in that top lane brush, I still believe. So they have 3 members up there, but all of G2 are coming. They're outnumbered, they don't know.
Skewmon will face check. Carrier and Pays are waiting. There's the quickness, they jump on Caps. Lebrov here with the bailout. Featherstorm out from Pays. The bailout on Caps won't come down in time. The dash back, the hostile takeover only hitting onto Carrier. Chain of Corruption out of Hansama. Grand Entrance gonna get him all knocked up. Pays getting chased out. Slammed against the wall. Hansama opens up and Pays falls. A double for the Varus. T1 now on the back foot as Broken Blade looks for more. Needs to land the knockup. Faker dodges with the rocket belt. Carrier Gleaming Quill for the heal. G2 might turn their attentions towards the Baron. Doran halfway to Mega.
Has no wind wall. Hostile takeover.
Hostile takeover. Only clips Lebrov. And Doran, even with the Gnar against the wall, still gets knocked up. Faker dives in. Hansama at a 3rd HP. Slammed into the wall by the Ishtal's impact. And the impact of Skewmon's Singer is felt again as Faker now on 10 HP. Chased out of the jungle. He's going to try and dodge away. Carrier's on his way across as well. But here's the Scorpion King as Skewmon finds him. Third of the game, put them on soul point.
So Pays did spend his flash in that, so it has to be some sort of E-flash that did catch him off guard. We'll see if G2 can punish Pays. Missing that summoner, it means that T1 will go to soul point. So we'll see this one more time. Cap just goes into stealth. It's got to be an E-flash to the side. Yep, just caught him with the E-flash. Brilliant play.
Impale happening on the screen as Faker uses the hijacked Impale as well. Carrier trying to get the quickness on towards the backline as the hostile takeover catches onto Faker and Doran on the back. Pays has Featherstorm available as Carrier tries to step forward. They'll jump onto Hansama, kicking back. He almost takes out Doran, but Pays gets the kill. Caps TPing in, but T1 a turn turning it around. Once again, their magic reigns supreme as T1 win out the fight.
Pays getting that pick triggers everything here for T1. He gets the pick, they force the issue, and the trade of Impales there between Faker as Carry is behind Caps. Are they going to look for the turn? They are. Here comes Faker.
Grand Entrance comes out, but across the veil goes Caps. LeBron and Broken Blade trying to trade towards the top side. Pays getting chased out by BB, but he can't get the Steel Tempers down in time. Pays gets the kill. LeBron going to get taken out by Faker as well. Between worlds we go, and into the grave goes LeBron. Caps able to survive, but look at the turn from T1. Baron buff for the next 3 minutes. Caps recalling. Carrier and Faker do not want to let him get away. They'll chase him down, and in the end,
they're pushing in multiple lanes. Doran shoving up top as T1 really starting to battle back here. They needed some big performances. They've only been swept once in international history, back in 2017. That is a long time ago, and they are trying to stave off that defeat here. As Skewmon could be in trouble.
Quickness out of Carrier. Skewmon trying to get out. They'll go for Hansama instead. The Dragon's Rage kick, though, saves him. Hansama kicked across the wall by Owner, and now with a double impale, LeBron's there with a hostile takeover as well. They'll pull them back underneath the tower. Owner takes a tower shot, still gets the kill. No, he doesn't. In fact, he went in with a resonating strike, and now Skewmon is a little bit too deep as he is going to get taken out by T1. The collapse continues. Hansama chased out by Carrier. Needs the Demon Quill. Needs the auto attacks. He'll get them. LeBron falls as well. Broken Blade slammed in by the Gnar. T1. It looked disastrous, but still they get a 4-for-1.
And that is what makes T1 such a special team. A mistake from one player, but the others are there to cover, there to make up for it. T1 pile in. Only 3-0'd once at internationals, and it looks like they are on the brink of guaranteeing that will not happen today. But G2 not out of this just yet. Caps is back.
The threat
and will be able to hold on.
With the Between Worlds is too great for T1 to stay around. They'll take the inhib tower and the inhib.
Roll.
Carrier steps in, Battle Dance away. Infernal Drake up in 50 seconds time would be sold for T1. Skewmon with the smite, impale used by Faker. He pulls back the Skarner, and Pays begins to open up, and Pays just rips through Skewmon. The hostile takeover dodge to the side as well. LeBron can't escape. T1 as a 5-man squad just chase them down. Between worlds we go. The quickness on the back line as Owner with the kick this time delivers Hansama into the waiting arms of his team. No sweep today, no 3-0. T1 with the resilience, with the experience, will not be denied a series.
T1 battling back here, showing some life in Game 3. And Faker smiling as they march on the Nexus. This one was a huge one, and we have got ourselves